This is my second video explaining how how our system works for Google authorization, what we need it for, and how we use it, our implementation. This video, I've created a demo account on our system that you can log in and use. You go to www.easyscramble.com, username Google, password Google. Let me just go ahead and log into that right now. So that's password Google, one Google 2. Okay, so what our software does is golf tournament scoring. So in our Google test account, we have a sample tournament, which I've already created the tournament. I haven't completely done it. I just went through the setup. So, you know, it's how many holes, whatnot. That's going to be for 5 teams at 9 o'clock. Now, to get the players in, this is where we integrate with Google. So we're going to click Create a Spreadsheet. And then it's EasyScramble needs your authorization. It needs to create, read, and write for your Google Docs. And we go to Authorize. And at that point, it flips over to your authorization. I've already authorized on these other accounts, so I added this one so that you can see the permission screen. This is the current permission. This is inadequate, but this is the current permission that we're running until we get approved for auth drive, where we can read and write all files. I want to be able to show this again, so I'm going to cancel that and just use one that I've already authorized on. So I've already authorized on my account. Okay, so now the document was created. The document was specifically built. I'm going to put this in this other tab. Does not drag well while videoing. Okay, so as we specified, this was a 9 o'clock scramble for 5 teams, which have been pre-filled out. We generally, this column is created hidden because we share this with the charity, and we don't want them changing the whole assignments. This has been specifically optimized for a 5-team tournament. You would start on 1, 15, 16, 17, and 18 to maximize, or rather say minimize, the number of tee times that are blocked out at the golf course. But that's just, and you know, everything that we do for scheduling, if you do more than 18, we're optimizing where it's best to place the extra teams and whatnot. That's all handled automatically. And one team is filled out here just to show them the format. So I'm going to go to an existing tournament that we did a couple weeks ago, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to copy 5 teams to simulate them filling out the information. So at this point, they would share the document with the charity organization, and so this part is done a few weeks before the tournament, and the charity generally gets this completed the day before the tournament. And then the golf course, which is, again, this is our product is used by golf courses, would then come in and import the players. And now we have 5 teams. So I want to show the morning of. This is where my little multiple windows situation is going to show. These are our 5 teams. I'll drag this over here. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Okay, so here is our 5 teams and our whole awards. So the morning of, this would be running on a television, and in the morning it's indicating that these people have not checked in. This is where they will be playing, and this window here is going to be what we would do on a tablet. So the golf course would be now using a tablet that's also going to integrate with the Google account. So I'm going to go to what we call that registration desk. And I'm going to put that down here. This is my simulating the tablet, so a person can walk around as the players come in. And as the, well, you know, let me log out of this right quick so that you can see the authorization for that too. So, okay, I'm going to sign out. Then I'm going to go back to registration desk. So on the tablet the morning of, the authorization is requested each time. So in this scenario, it's not going to be creating anything. It's going to be reading and writing, but it needs to be able to read and write all Google documents. So let me show you the current scope where it says have opened or created with this. The person that is working the tablet is not going to be the same person who created the tournament. There'll be multiple employees that'll be working it. Only one of them will be the document owner / creator. That's why we need to be able to read from any file that's been shared with you. So we're going to read an update, and we're going to be dealing with this specific spreadsheet, which you can see the spreadsheet ID matches the spreadsheet ID here, and that's what we're going to access there. So we're going to go ahead and grant that access, and I'm going to go back to, I want to keep the spreadsheet open. So let's let's work from the TV. So let's say I'm going to go C for Chamberlain, and so they come in the morning and say this guy didn't show up. He was replaced with Tom Jones. So since we've authorized the update there, so you'll see that it's changed to Tom Jones. So the television now has the correct name. The Google Sheet for Chamberlain has been updated to Tom Jones. So we're just keeping everything synchronized. There's another aspect that I won't get into because it does not need to talk to the document, but the players themselves will use our phone app that looks like this when they score themselves, and that information correlates to the scoreboard in here live, and everything feeds back once again to the Google document at the end of the tournament. The phone section does not access Google. The end users don't have access to that spreadsheet, don't need to have access to that spreadsheet. They simply communicate with our system. But the employee using the tablet and the employee on the computer, which are always different people, need to be able to synchronize changes, as well as the charity itself. The charity doesn't have access to our system at all, because this system might have 100 tournaments that the golf course is going to have this year. So that's why we're limiting them by the Google document. They just put their players in with the Google document. Minimum footprint damage. They can't mess anything up. They just give us the names. We decide where they go. We play it, score it, and return the information. So this is just to keep everything synchronized. I hope I have answered all the questions with this video. Please let me know if you need anything else.